Hello and welcome to Shook Hardy and Bacon's Quick Hits webinar series. In this webinar, Sonali Gunawardhana of Counsel and Shook's product liability practice is going to talk about FDA due diligence issues in the pharmaceutical and medical device industry. We want you to be part of this webinar. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A window on your screen, and they'll go directly to Sonali's inbox. Or you can always contact her directly through the speaker window. With that, let's go ahead and turn it over to Sonali.
Hi, my name is Sonali Gunawardhana, and I'm counsel with Shook Hardy and Bacon, and today I'll be speaking to you about making a deal, due diligence issues when it's an FDA-regulated product and what you should know. So we'll start off with talking a little bit about pharmaceutical and medical device due diligence. If you find yourself in a situation where you're contemplating a transaction that relates to a divestiture, acquisition, licensing, or contract manufacturing of a medical device or pharmaceutical product, you may wonder what this entails. You may believe it's like any other commercial transaction, but when working with a product or company that is regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, it requires more consideration. It is important to understand that deals in the pharmaceutical and medical device industries often include urgent deadlines and review of a multitude of documents. Focused due diligence is necessary to minimize surprises both at closing and after the deal has been completed. Due diligence. What does it mean and why do it? Due diligence is an investigation or audit of a potential investment or product to confirm all facts that might include the review of financial records. Due diligence refers to the research done before entering into an agreement or a financial transaction with another party. If the diligence is to be comprehensive, it should establish timelines and budgetary objectives. It is the best way to assess the value of a business and the risk associated with buying it. Due diligence tends to be a costly exercise, so some wonder why they should invest in the process. The answer is quite simple. You want to thoroughly understand the target business. When the business is regulated by the FDA, this includes understanding the regulatory risk and what requirements must be adhered to moving forward. Understanding the hidden liabilities will allow you to plan for future action and to take this type of action into account when determining the purchase price and what warranties and indemnities will be sought. Understanding the regulatory status. It is essential that any due diligence review include people familiar with FDA requirements to ensure regulatory matters are properly considered and addressed, and the company recognizes the regulatory ramifications of the transaction. Not understanding the regulatory landscape may put your business venture at risk, given the FDA has the ability to take a myriad of enforcement actions which can result in the inability to sell the product. So the main areas of regulatory concern are the following. First, you start off with clinical trial issues. If the product at issue is in the investigational stage, additional documentation should be reviewed, such as clinical investigator agreements, informed consent forms, IRB approvals, safety reports provided to the FDA, and study protocols, just to name a few. In addition, marketing authorizations. You should review marketing applications and authorizations to understand the parameters and limits of promotional materials associated with the product. You also want to make sure the product is appropriately registered and listed with the agency. It is really important to understand exactly the parameters of what you can say about the product, because if you say things that are inappropriate, regulatory action may be around the corner. In terms of enforcement and compliance issues, understand the compliance history of the product or the company. This includes actions as pursued by the Department of Justice or the FTC as well as the FDA. All of these can have great impact as you move forward. In terms of post-market surveillance, it's important to understand that corrective action that has been taken may impact the product as you move forward. It's important to review adverse events and complaints, as this information will allow you to gauge the potential safety issues that could could prompt FDA or a product liability issue from arising. This will also allow you to understand the corporate culture of the acquisition in terms of their past compliance and how to move forward in the best way possible should you be merging with an already established company. Thank you for taking some time today to learn more about FDA due diligence in terms of medical device and pharmaceutical products. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.
And that concludes this Shook, Hardy & Bacon Quick Hits webinar. Please visit shb.com for more experienced insight on additional legal topics. Thank you and have a great day.